I'm a tiny bit late covering the news in today's video, and I sincerely apologise for that. I've been just a little bit busy. However, with a little over a month remaining until Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire launch in North America and Japan, it is absolutely essential that I cover all this. A few more Corocoro scans have been leaking over the weekend, and a supposed leaker has been leaking information on Reddit and 4chan. I'm going to reveal my thoughts on all that, so my name is Peter Winall. Let's jump into today's video. I'm going to begin discussing the rest of the leaked scans that have been leaking from Corocoro this month that I didn't discuss in my previous video, and I presume that most of you guys have actually saw these scans and have saw the information that's been revealed from these scans, so I apologise that I'm just a little bit late. I apologised at the beginning of this video, so yeah, I'll just shush. This first scan doesn't really reveal any new information other than the new Sugimari artwork for Mega Rayquaza, which I really like as I'm a fan of Sugimari's art style, so that goes without saying. The only other new piece of information is that Mega Rayquaza is going to be appearing in the Act 2 of the Mega Evolution special that's going to be airing next month, which pretty much goes without saying. Other than that, no new information on this page. The next page is just a little bit more interesting. While there's no new information on this page other than stuff that we found out a couple of days ago, there are a few very interesting in-game screenshots of the legendary Pokemon from Generation 2, Generation 4 and Generation 5, and it's really interesting to see how they look like in battle in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But we've already saw their in-game models in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, so there's nothing really new here. It's just going to be really interesting to actually face them in the wild, and I really can't wait for that. There's no confirmation of whether Pokemon like Heatran, Cresselia, the legendary beasts, there's no information on whether they're actually going to be appearing in this game, but at this moment in time I'm going to say it's fairly safe to presume that they will appear in this game, but I'll wait until it's actually officially confirmed before I say for sure. The next two little screenshots from Corocoro that I'm going to display are actually the most interesting thing that I'm going to display in today's video. This little summary is courtesy of Cerebi.net. This page introduces the new PokéNav called the MultiNavi. It has 4 settings: Map Navi, TV Navi, Play Navi, which includes features like Pokemon ME and the GTS, and the Dex Navi, which helps you find Pokemon in the wild and register them in your Pokedex. You can sneak up on Pokemon, like in the trailer that we've saw previously, or you can register Pokemon that you encounter in the overworld into your Pokedex. Here's a zoomed in picture of that little piece of functionality, and this is really interesting, and I really can't wait to see how this actually works in game. I predicted features like the passerby system would be used in the PokéNav on the bottom screen, so there's nothing surprising about that. But the fact that we're going to be able to interact with Pokemon in the overworld, that's what I'm super excited about in these games, and I really can't wait to actually interact with Pokemon in the overworld and sneak up on them in the wild grass and stuff like that. This new feature is groundbreaking. And just like exploring the overworld via flying, it's going to be so fun to play with these new features. It's really cool to see Game Freak being really ambitious with this game. And it goes without saying, as I've made 80 odd videos on these games at this point, that I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah, that pretty much covers the rest of the Corocoro scans that I failed to cover over the last couple of days, and I'll be covering each feature in depth this week with their own little videos, so look forward to that. I honestly didn't want to bring too much attention to this because it just encourages people to, I don't know, try stunts like this. However, a couple of people have mentioned to me on Twitter that there's been some apparent quote-unquote insider information leaking from Reddit by an anonymous user who's claiming to be an employee from Game Freak using a throwaway account. And I said at the very beginning of this game's life cycle to not trust anyone claiming to be an insider source, a Game Freak employee posting information onto websites like 4chan and Reddit, because quite frankly they are fake people just simply trying to get attention on the internet, claiming to be anonymous people. Because that's what the internet can do. You can simply be an anonymous person very easily. And I didn't want to bring too much attention to this because, as I said, it just encourages people. People, for some reason, get a high of the attention that posting fake scans and fake information, that the attention that gives them, it gives them some kind of high and makes them feel good and stuff like that. And a lot of people do it every single time a Pokemon game is announced and every time the game is close to being revealed. And I quite simply want to write this off as a fake. And I want it to be a warning to you guys not to trust anyone, no matter how compelling the information that they're speaking about is. Because it's very easy to just make up a list of stuff that everyone wants in the game and just post it as fact. Because a lot of people will believe it because it's stuff that they want. A lot of people want to see Mega Flygon. A lot of people want to see Mega Milotic and stuff like that. It's very easy just to write that down in a notepad file and just post it to the internet. And people will want to believe and people will give you the chance. And that's what anonymity gives you. The power and freedom to just reach out to thousands of people and get their hopes up. And I just want to say, don't get your hopes up about any fake reveals over the next couple of weeks, because the loops that people would have to go through to actually get this quote-unquote leaked information out to you guys, the amounts of non-disclosure agreements and the fact that they'll be blacklisted from ever receiving a job in the games industry again if they reveal anything that Game Freak have not wanted to reveal up until this point about the games. Nobody in their right mind would do that. And nobody ever does. That's why no information has been leaked up until this point in any Pokemon game in history. So I don't really want to bring attention to this, but that's my 2 cents on that. And the information that they're speaking about is really compelling, but don't believe it because it's very easy to fake information. A lot of this information has been really late, but I hope you've enjoyed today's video regardless. 450 likes would be really appreciated for another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire related video tomorrow, and feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire related videos. Back on schedule now, so thank you very much for being patient, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Peace out.